Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind you. The heart of a lion, the team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind you. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames. They gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
What is up, everybody? Party people, people of Earth and beyond. I'm Anthony Hartwig, and this is a Friday episode of YSN Live. Yes, it is just me, myself, and I today. Don't worry, I got you. I got you. Don't leave the program. DJ's still going to be on. He has some interviews in the can that we have for you today. We have a great show. We have 3 interviews that we're going to play for you that we were able to get during the week off the show, of course, but still great interviews. We're going to play them for you today. We have Canfield football. Ashton Albrecht and Daniel Seaman will both be featured on today's show. Got to get you ready for some Friday Night Lights. Canfield going to have a big Friday night matchup with Walnut Ridge, and DJ Oakley's going to be on the call for that one. So naturally, he got some player profiles beforehand, so he can get a little bit of a thumbprint on the pulse to the team before he calls that game tonight. So we'll have those 2 player profiles featured on today's show. Then we'll go into the volleyball area as well, and we'll have senior libero from Poland. You know, if we get one side of the 224 matchup, we have to get the other side, right? So we'll go into Poland. Senior libero Avery Yakubovic will also be featured on today's show as well. So it's going to be a fun time. If I cannot choke to death and die. We will start with the scores from last night, though, before we get to the fun interviews, because we had some action. We had some action from every sport last night on the network. We had football, volleyball, soccer, and baseball all featured on the network last night. We had 2 football games, though. Western Reserve gets their first win of the season, 33-18 over Trinity. Congratulations to the Blue Devils. What a great performance that was for them. And then on the other game of the night in Garrettsville, Garfield also gets their first win of the season after that heartbreaking double overtime loss to Edgewood in a 36-14 victory over Warren JFK. This was a game where Garfield and JFK traded blows early. It was pretty close, and then all of a sudden Garfield just kind of wore down the Eagles and ran away with it in the second half. So it was a very strong finish for Garfield. They had a strong finish last week, too. If you remember, Edgewood kind of had them on the ropes for a lot of that beginning of the game. Garfield was the one that kind of made the rally to come back and tie it, send it into overtime. They just couldn't finish in double overtime for the G-men in Ashtabula. But they got the finish this time. No overtime required as Garfield gets that 36-14 win over Warren JFK. In volleyball action, plenty of games on the slate last night. We'll start with some big ones in the EBC. West Branch got beat by Marlington 3-1. That's going to be a big thing in the standings as we go forward in that conference. Obviously, West Branch wanted to win that game, but if they can keep pace with Marlington and set up a big matchup later on in the season in Marlington, I think West Branch proved last night that even though they didn't win that match, they can be competitive. They took a set. All sets were close. I think West Branch is in good shape. That was one of the featured games last night. Everyone kind of had their eyes on Marlington and West Branch. Some other scores. You can find all the scores, by the way, on the YSN scoreboard, ysnlive.com/scores. But some other scores from last night that were kind of big moments. East Liverpool gets the win over Buckeye Local in straight sets. LeBray gets the win over Champion 3-0. I was in Crestview for their matchup with Brookfield. Both teams were undefeated in the MVAC, so this was a very early first place matchup. LeBray also, shout out to them, they're undefeated in the MVAC as well in that gray tier. So they're sharing first place with Crestview. But Crestview kind of flexed their muscles a little bit. Won in straight sets 3-0. Do want to say, though, Brookfield, very impressed with what they were able to do, especially in that third set. You know, you lose the first two to Crestview, if back against the wall had something extra that you could say that was a little bit more emphatic for how much, your chances go down in winning against Crestview when you're down 2-0, I feel like back against the wall doesn't even cut it, right? Because it's almost like your back's against the wall, plus you're tied up in chains with one hand behind your back, and you kind of got one arm flailing, and maybe you can get some swings in if you're lucky. But Brookfield got their swings in. They in that third set, they were really scrappy. They fought hard. It was probably their best set of the night. I think Coach Grimm would agree with me there. They turned it into 17-16 late. They got within one, and then Crestview kind of went on that run to kind of finish that third set. 25-17 was the final. So it went from 17-16 to 25-17. But I think Coach Grimm has to watch that last set, especially the first half of it, and show her players, like, you're making these plays against Crestview. We get them again this year at home. Let's have some confidence maybe going into that matchup, because it felt like in that first set, the mentality of playing Crestview got to Brookfield a little bit, right? They were kind of like, I don't want to say intimidated, but they were nervous. They were tight. You could tell. Crestview went on a big run early in the first set, kind of took that one with relative ease. The second set was tight for a little bit, not as long as it was in the first, as the third, I should say. And then the third set we just talked about. Brookfield made it 17-16 with a little bit of a run, then could not finish down the stretch. So I think Coach Grimm can take that film in that third set and say, look at this, you're making these plays. If you can stay away from those little moments in the match that were runs for Crestview, they can be a team that can maybe take a surprise later on in the season when they go to Brookfield. Interesting note, the last time that Crestview lost a set in the conference was back in 2021. This is a set, though, not the match, but a set, which is amazing, by the way, was at Brookfield in 2021 on the road. So could we see a repeat performance in 2025? I don't know. I saw things in Brookfield's game that I thought they could use to maybe be that team that if they get some jabs in, to maybe get a set or two off Crestview, which would be big for that program. But another big thing for the program, Riley Bird gets the 1,000th career assist in the second set. You can find the highlight of that. You can find pictures of that. We had that moment covered in every angle you possibly could. Our ace photographer, Gary Leininger, was in the scene. He got plenty of pictures of the celebration. Ty Bartell did a great job getting the highlight right after, and I was there, of course, there for the broadcast. So every angle of that 1,000th assist can be found on our websites, YSN SmugMug for the pictures, our social medias for the highlights. Fun times. Cardinal Mooney got back on the winning track last night in East. It's a big one for their program, getting momentum. They were on a little bit of a skid, so congratulations to Mooney on the win. Gerard and Poland play a five-set thriller. Poland gets their first conference win of the year, though, in 3-2. They won the first two sets. Gerard won the next two, and then Poland pulled out the fifth. So that's an impressive win for the Bulldogs. And then I also just want to give one more quick shout-out to Newton Falls, who's having a great turnaround year. They get another win on the season over Liberty this time around in straight sets. That story will be up very soon on ysnlive.com. Coach Baker doing a good job getting us those stats, so we will get that story up for you as soon as possible. Like I said, the full scoreboard of all the matchups that were happening in the YSN family can be found on our website, ysnlive.com/scores. Check it out today. Check it out tonight, because it's going to be a very busy scoreboard. Plenty of football action tonight. We have 27 games, and I think there is a total of 40 games involving YSN teams tonight. So make sure that scoreboard is on your tab, because you don't want to miss any of the games that we unfortunately couldn't be it. We can't be at everything. We're at a lot, but we can't be at everything, unfortunately. So make sure you're at that scoreboard to check out what's going on across the YSN family. Let's hear what's going on in the Canfield football program. We have some interviews for you today from the Canfield football program. DJ Oakley had the chance to kind of take some time to sit down with two of their great players. We'll start with Ashton Albrecht from Canfield. We'll go right into Daniel Seaman after. So here are some player profiles from the Canfield football program.
Welcome back in, everybody. DJ Oakley with you, and we've got a great interview for you today. It's a Canfield player profile, and we are so excited because Canfield coming off a big win in Week 1 over West Branch. This young man, obviously a big part of it, a senior tailback and defensive back. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my man, Ashton Albrecht. Ashton, what's up, buddy? I appreciate you hopping on here. I know it's right after practice, and you guys are in the middle of game week. So for you, what's kind of got you excited coming off of Week 1 going into Week 2?
No, Week 1 was a big win for us. West Branch was talking all week, saying stuff. We kind of stayed quiet, and we knew what we were going to do. And we're just getting back to work this week, and we're ready for Walnut Ridge.
Is it nice to kind of get that bulletin board material to add to the fire, so to speak?
For sure, yeah. It gets us fired up. It lets us know that we don't like that stuff. Like, it gets us fired up. It just sets our minds right.
You guys are coming off a tough year, in 2024, one that you don't necessarily want to forget, but it's one that you want to build on. For you, what was so important, and what were the changes that you had to make personally to get better from 24 to 25?
A big thing for myself is my mindset. I think a lot of us didn't have the mental mindset down. We didn't feel like a close bonded team. We were separated, and this year we're team bonding every Saturday after yoga and film. We were all out to breakfast together, about 20 to 30 of us. Everything we do is together, and that's a big part of it.
Does it make it feel a little bit more like that state championship run team, the way that you guys are doing things and kind of back to the Cardinal way?
Yeah, for sure. Like, that state championship team, obviously I was a freshman during that, so I wasn't on that team, but our coaches talk about it. The young guys were stepping up. They were giving good looks, everything. They were always together, always talking. They were all close, and it was like a brotherhood, and that's for sure how it is this year. You saw in the game Friday, three of our sophomores stepped up very big for us.
I know you mentioned that you were a freshman during that championship run, but what did you take away from some of those upperclassmen that you feel like you've been now passed the baton as a senior yourself?
A lot of it was a lot of those kids that played on the state championship team, they didn't start immediately. All of them just put the work in, and they grinded their butts off, and they just got to work, and they knew their time was going to come eventually, and it did, as it showed, and they just got it done.
We know there's a lot of pride in Canfield, but anytime you put that C on and put that Cardinal on the side of your helmet, there's almost like a Superman ability or quality to everybody that does it because of the pride and passion that you put in the red and black. For you, why does it mean so much to play for Canfield?
Canfield's a small community, and all the guys I play with I've known since I've been 5 years old, and it's like our community's like one big family, and everybody's bonded, everybody's close together, and you just can't beat it. We go to every event. Last night we were at the soccer game for the boys against Mooney, and there was probably about 30 students there. We were just getting after it, cheering for our teammates and our classmates, and you can't beat that.
You're a guy that can get it done on both sides of the football. For you, do you have a particular favorite side? Is it offense, defense?
I would say defense for sure. I like getting after people.
Do you like looking for the ones? I mean, you're a DB, so everybody wants to line up against the number one receiver. Is that you? And for you, how much of it is talk? How much of it is preparation? What's kind of your game plan going into a game? Not to give too much away.
A lot of it's watching film, seeing what our opponents, our receivers are going to be doing, how they move, how they get off the line, if they're lazy, what they do before they block compared to what they do before running a route. Their footsteps, everything. I'd say more like watching film and preparation.
To be a leader on this squad in front of a community, like you said, that's a small, tight-knit community But most of all, to be a leader of friends, right? Of all your friends and all your teammates, what does that mean to you? And what do you feel is your best leadership trait?
I would say to be a leader amongst like all of our friends, you know, a lot of times like friends will like joke about it and be like, stop trying to act like this. But our friends like admire when we act like leaders. We like that. We like pushing each other. And for me, I would say just keeping our heads up. Like I make sure everybody's like morality's high and everybody's always going and they never get unhappy or undisciplined on something they're doing.
Are you a leader that talks or a leader that walks, I guess is the easiest way to put it? Are you a guy that leads by example, or are you a guy that is the hype man and the one that when you talk, people listen?
Let's say a mix. There's like time. I would say I'm more quiet, but there's times I'll get loud and I'll talk and I'll try to get the team going. But I would say more by example most of the time.
When you think about this season as a whole, what ultimately do you want your legacy to be left when it's all said and done?
For me personally, I would like my legacy to just be a lockdown corner. There was a corner when I was in seventh grade, Oliver Kovas. I looked up to him. The whole student section used to say Kovas Island. I want that to be me. And like I just want to be locked down, be one of the best corners throughout Canfield history.
There's a certain ring to Albrecht Island, right? So I like it. We can start that. We'll get that for you. For you, ultimately, there's a lot of things going on this year, your senior year. What are some of the things you're most excited for, during the entirety of your senior year, not just football season?
I would say just going through it with all my friends and just going to war with them every day, creating the memories that, you know, you don't get if you're doing other things. Like kids that don't play football don't understand like the grind that goes into it and the memories you get out of it. And you'll be talking about it for the rest of your life. I just want to create as many memories as possible and just put everything out there.
I know you mentioned some of the role models that you had that wore the red and black like you, but who are some of your role models maybe off the field that have put you in a position to be where you are today?
A big one for me is probably, I'd say, my grandpa, my mom's dad. He's 75 years old. He's in shape like he's 40. He just gets stuff done. He's just always working and he never complains. Even if he'll say his body's hurting, he'll say stuff's hurting, but he just gets it done. He fights through it, and that's a big thing. You just have to fight through stuff in life. It's just fighting through adversity.
What ultimately do you want to do when you get out of school? You want to go to college? You chase a degree? What is it?
I'll probably go to college for 2 years, try to get a business degree in something, and then mainly I'm going to get my insurance license before I graduate high school and try to take over my grandpa's insurance company.
Oh, that's huge. So that's big. You already got kind of your it's one step in the right direction for that. Was your grandpa the one that kind of, hey, this is a really good opportunity for you, a good book of business, stuff like that, or is it something you found out on your own?
He asked all of us, like grandchildren, he asked us all who would be interested in it. And I was the only one that said I would be interested in it. I get to work from anywhere I want, and that's kind of my thing. Like I don't want to sit in an office my whole life. I don't want to go wherever I want, be able to work from my computer, and yeah.
If there's one thing that you're looking forward to this particular football season, when it's all said and done, you look back and you say, man, I accomplished that. What would that be and why?
I would probably say, I want to set the interception record. I don't know what it is. I would say probably I want to have more than 6 interceptions this year. It's just going to be a tough challenge, but that's my goal. I want to try to set that, put that in the record books, and yeah.
I love the fact that everybody's going to have to buy a ticket to Albrecht Island, and it all started right here on YSN. Ashton, thank you so much for taking time with us today. Appreciate you. Best of luck this season. Congratulations on the Week 1 win. Keep it going, man. We're a big fan.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ashton Albrecht. Ashton, thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a Canfield Cardinal player profile, and we're going to highlight a senior today who is the center, quite literally, of the football team and a defensive lineman, a senior. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our dear friend, Mr. Daniel Seaman. Danny, what's up, buddy? How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, just want to say congratulations first and foremost. A big week 1 win. Everybody seemed to be kind of doubting the Cardinals. For you guys to step in, get that dub, a comeback victory nonetheless. What did it feel like for you as a center, a lineman, a guy that works all summer long to make sure that first victory is oh so sweet as it was?
It felt good to get out there and just be with the guys again. Last year we for sure felt like we underachieved for sure. So we were just itching to get back on the field, get back together. We have a tight group this year, so just to get out there with the guys and get after it. Just against a team like West Branch, they're so good and physical and big. So just to get out there and against a good opponent and have a good game is definitely something very special for week 1.
I love that during our pre-interview talk, you said, listen, you can call me offensive lineman, but I'm proud to be a center. I take a lot of pride in that. Why do you take a lot of pride in being the center for the Cardinals?
I don't know. I feel like it's an important position. I feel like, the whole offensive line as a unit is definitely important. But, I take a lot of pride in being the center. And, everyone around me, we work so well together. And it's just it's really cool to be out there on Friday nights.
What's the biggest part of being a Cardinal for you? I mean, is it the camaraderie? Is it the tradition? What would it be for you that really kind of takes over when you're thinking about why you chose to be a Canfield Cardinal in the first place?
There's just nothing like stepping on Bob Dove Field on a Friday night. I mean, it's electric. Our buddies who run the student section, they run us out with flags just right out of the tunnel. I mean, everybody's going crazy. I mean, it's the best place to play football in Northeast Ohio, in my opinion. I love playing on Bob Dove Field.
We talked about you being a center, but being a leader is a big part of being a center and vice versa. So for you, what's your favorite part of being a leader, and what's one thing that you've really had to work to get better at and to lead this Cardinal team?
Being a leader is very important to me. The center on the offensive line, he's got to keep the offensive line in check. But the offense as a whole, when things go wrong in any football game. So just being able to, pick yourself, not only yourself, but to pick yourself up and the guys around you is definitely something that's very important. And one thing that I took from last year to this year and tried to work on a lot was just to pick myself up, but to pick others up too.
When you're part of that offensive line, it's a unit, right? You guys have to work kind of like 5 fingers make a fist. But for you guys, obviously 2024 didn't go the way you thought it would go, but you worked hard, obviously, to get back into shape and to crack back into the win column in 2025. How much of that starts up front for you guys, offensively and defensively in the trenches?
I like to say everything starts up front. So, that's one thing our offensive line coach preaches to us, and we have the best offensive line coach, I think, anywhere. But he really preaches that, it starts up front. So we have to work together, and we have to be a unit for anything to go successful. And, if we give our 100%, all 5 guys give our 100%, and, we work together as one, have a chance on, that one play, but you got to do it every single play to be successful in a game.
It's always nice to have a win no matter what, but to have a comeback victory against a team that you're typically starting the year off with and typically makes the playoffs. How much sweeter was that for you and your friends and your teammates?
It was great to come out and get that win. Like I said, we were just itching to get back out there, and they're a great football team. They either go 10-0 every year or 9-1. They're always going deep in the playoffs, and it's good to come out and get a win against them, because if you could come out and get a week 1 win like that, you got a chance to stick around for the entire season. So we just got to keep going, take it 1 week at a time. 1-0 at the end of every week.
No, I love that, dude. I love that mentality. For you, how do you take the football mentality and the adversity that you face on the field and apply it to other life lessons that you're going through as a 17, 18-year-old?
Life is going to have challenges no matter what's going on. So, football gets really hard, and, it's just a grind. I joked with my teammates. We had doubles this summer, and when doubles was over, I was the happiest person on earth. But I also realized you're never going to go through that struggle with your brothers again. So, just getting through that tough, those tough things in life. Everything is temporary. So, the pain that you go through is going to be temporary. the hard things you go through are going to be temporary. So, you know, just to be able to push through things that are hard in the moment for something sweeter on the other side is what I really like to keep my head on.
Outside of Friday nights, what are some of the things you're looking forward to most your senior year?
You know, just hanging out with my friends. I mean, I had a lot of friends who were seniors last year, and you know, they all went to college. So one thing I really realized, like, our time together isn't promising. It's not going to be here forever. So just hanging out with them, being with my boys, enjoying a Friday night win. Like those are the things I just want to soak it in, because like my boys are my family. So I really just want to spend as much time with them as I can, because it's going to come to an end pretty soon.
It is. Unfortunately, you're going to blink and it's going to go past you. So that brings me to my next question. What are the plans for you? I mean, are you looking to go to college? Are you looking to start a trade? What do you have kind of laying in front of you here?
Yeah, I for sure want to go to college. I don't know where yet. Maybe I want to go somewhere in Florida, but if that doesn't work out, somewhere in like Southern Ohio, like Cincinnati or Ohio U. I really want to go into like finance, though, something in that field. So.
Are you looking to keep the football thing going, or is this going to be it for you when you hang the cleats up in Canfield?
I'm not too sure yet. That decision's undecided still. It's still definitely a big topic between me and my family and my coaches, but I guess I'll just have to wait and see what opportunities present me.
Well, here's a great opportunity to give an elevator pitch or a 30-second pitch to why any coach in the country would love to have you on their team. Why are they so locked in on Daniel Seaman? I'll give you your 30 seconds. You ready?
Yeah, sounds good.
Go ahead.
I'd say just someone who could get through a lot. Like, I've definitely been very unlucky when it comes to injuries and stuff like that. I had a shoulder surgery my sophomore year. I tore my hamstring in the summer of last year. And, you know, I've never let any of that stop me. And, you know, just to be able to get through things like that and push through things, like, I'm definitely a little undersized. I might not be the biggest, but you know what? I'll go out there and do whatever you ask me to do just to get the job done. That's really how I feel, and that's what I believe in.
I love it, dude. That was awesome. That is how you pitch a coach at the next level. You're pitching your heart, and I love it. You said you want to get into finance. What ultimately, I mean, are you going to be an IRS agent? Are you going to be someone who does taxes? What are you looking to be?
No, I want to be kind of like a financial manager. So like run like asset managements, invest for people like that, do sort of things like that.
So what you're telling me is you're going to have a house like your aunt's house right behind you at some point in your life in Florida.
That's the goal.
I love it, dude. Last thing I have for you across the board, when you walk across that stage and they say you have conducted yourself and you've done everything we asked you to at Canfield High School, what do you want people to remember about Daniel Seaman?
Just someone who would, you know, do anything for anyone. Someone who's a leader, and like not only on the football field, but you know, whether it's in the classroom or, you know, outside of school. I just always try to do the right thing for others and for myself, just because, you know, not a lot of people do that nowadays. So.
And one more extra credit question. Who are your heroes and role models and why?
I'd say one person I really look up to is my brother. I mean, he's someone who's also who's a really phenomenal athlete, but also just, you know, dealt with a lot of injuries and stuff like that. And that actually ended up ending like his career and things like that. But just I look up to him a lot. He's kind of taught me the way, paved the way through me for like through Canfield and things like that. So that's really who I look up to.
Daniel, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. We appreciate you. Best of luck this year. Congrats again on week 1 in the victory against West Branch, and we're looking forward to you, man. We're big fans.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Seaman.
You guys catch the big ding right after that was over? Ding! That was awesome. What a great run of interviews by the Canfield football team. We want to thank Ashton Albrecht and Daniel Seaman both for their time right after practice. That's putting in the work. You know, that's what I call dedication to wanting to fill some time on YSN. We love it. We love when players go the extra mile to come and tell their story with us. DJ obviously doing a great job with that interview. Once again, he will be on the call for Canfield versus Walnut Ridge tonight. 7 o'clock kickoff. Going to be a fun one in Canfield. And they're looking to go 2-0 in the season after that big win over West Branch in week 1. That's one of 27 games we have on the network tonight for football, 28 games total, because we still have Scrappers at home against West Virginia, so that'll be on the network as well. So 28 games total, 27 football games. Make sure to tune in for that. It's going to be a fun one. Hey, last night, Poland volleyball got their first conference win of the season, 3-2 over Girard. A big win for not just the program, but Kara Bornemus, the head coach of the Poland Bulldogs, in her first year trying to kind of build her culture. A great way to do that is a win against a team that has really given you fits for a long time. I believe that's Poland's first win over Girard as members of the NE8. So this Poland volleyball team has been trying to crack through for a long time now. So getting this 5-set victory last night is a big reason why. A couple of days ago, I had the chance to talk with Poland's senior libero, one of 5 seniors on the Poland Bulldogs volleyball team, Avery Yakubovic, someone who has been on YSN since she was a freshman, but this is the first time we've been able to get her down for a player profile, so excited to kind of hear from her. I'm sure we'll hear from her again during softball season. She's been playing that sport for a long time, and she's been starting since she was a freshman in softball, so I'm sure when the spring comes around, we'll get a chance to talk to her again, but here's is a great volleyball interview with, once again, the Poland senior libero, Avery Yakubovic. Anthony Hartwig here with a Poland volleyball player profile. We're joined by the senior libero, Avery Yakubovic, who is in her second year as the varsity libero, and in those year and change, I should say, not even 2 years yet, she's already amounted more than 300 digs in her career. Avery, thanks for coming on and talking to us about your senior season.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
So you are a senior. It is your last ride. Talk about what are some of the emotions that are going through your head now that you know this is it.
It's sad. Like, this is the last year playing with some of the girls that I've been playing with, like, since 7th grade, but it's also exciting that I'm going to be going into college, experiencing new things, but I definitely want to have a very good end to the season because it is our last.
We kind of ask every senior this on when it kind of hits them that they're a senior. Has it hit you yet that it's your last year?
No, not really. I've talked to many people and they said it's usually senior night when you're not the one standing there clapping. You're the one actually walking out, getting recognition. And I think that's when it's going to hit me, because right now it's like I've done the first game, which I've done for the last 3 years. Now it's my 4th. So it's like it hasn't really hit me yet that it's actually my senior year.
When you think about senior night, I mean, you know yourself better than anybody. What are going to be some of the things that go through your head and the emotions that you're going to be feeling on senior night?
On senior night, I feel like I'm just going to be excited of all the accomplishments me and also my fellow teammates have made. Just getting all the recognition that we all deserve and how we've just really just helped everyone out this year and just flipped our season over and just – you know, getting a new coach and everything and just having to adjust to that. I feel like we've all done a really amazing job, and just being with these girls all my life since being in Poland schools, I got really close with them, and I think it's just a really good way to celebrate all of us.
While we're talking about senior night, I'm going to help out the underclassmen a little bit. What are some good gift bag ideas for senior night for when it's your turn?
I know all of our senior girls, we love like our Starbucks drinks and stuff. So I think like maybe like an Awala or Stanley or something. And I know we all use our Aquaphor and stuff. So, and I also think just a little sentimental gift, maybe like a picture of all 5 of us would be also good, because I know we want to remember playing together.
Take a note, underclassmen. She just gave you the blueprint of what it takes to make her happy on senior night. When you think about all the things that you have accomplished, and you said that in your last answer, the things that you've accomplished, what are you going to be the most proud about when you get that diploma at Poland? What are going to be some of the things that you're really proud of yourself for being able to accomplish in your career?
So obviously I'm really happy with my academic career. Just I have a 3.8 GPA and I'm been in all honors classes, CCP and stuff. And it hasn't been easy throughout all of high school. Some classes are harder than others. So I'm definitely proud of myself with that. And then in my athletics, I think, you know, coming in for softball as a freshman and starting, that was definitely one of the big embellishments on my softball career, and playing for my dad also has been a heartfelt experience. And for volleyball, coming in sophomore, I played a little bit of varsity, just filled in when I was needed, and then my junior year, when I really took on a bigger role of libero, I just really am appreciative for that opportunity, and also to get to do it this year for my last year has been really good.
This is, like we said at the top, this is your second year as the varsity libero, and you are on pace to get 500 digs in your career. You have that in your right in your horizon. You could very well do it this season. When you think about that and the fact that would put you on pace for, if you had the full career as a libero, probably 1,000 in your career. What would that mean to you if you were able to hit that milestone of 500 career digs?
It would honestly be a really good accomplishment for me to do, just since I didn't get to play libero all of my 4 years, just hitting 500 is honestly a huge accomplishment just by itself. And it would mean a lot to me to get just that. Even if I didn't get 1,000, I just get 500, it still means a lot to me.
Liberos do a lot of the dirty work. They don't get a lot of the love in the stat sheet. The digs are the ones that kind of go under the radar when it comes to stats. What does it mean to you that you're able to kind of be the backbone of your team and lead that back row and do a lot of the stuff that other people don't really are able to do?
Well, everything starts with a pass. So if you don't have a good pass, then usually the set is off, and then the hitters don't get the recognition of a good hit that they deserve. So if I just get one good free ball pass and it gives our middles or outside or right side a really good kill and they get the recognition for that, it feels just as good as for them as it does for me.
You were not the only senior on the team. I believe 5 on this volleyball team for you guys. What's it like to kind of roll with other girls that you've played with for so long and to be able to share this last year with all of them?
It's exciting. I've obviously grown up with these girls. I've played sports with them, and they just all know me so well. So if I need someone to confide in, they're always there. I know I can always talk to them. We've gotten so close over these years of just playing volleyball together, and we all just we go off of each other's energy, and we always confide in each other when things are down or things are up. We all know that we're there for each other.
Softball is a while away, and this is obviously your volleyball player profile, but you said it in one of the answers. You were a freshman, you got to start on varsity, and you've also been able to play for your dad for your career. So what's it been like having him alongside you for this journey, volleyball and softball? I'm sure he's supporting you every night in volleyball, and then obviously coaching you during the softball season. What's it been like to have him alongside you in this athletic journey at Poland?
It's really special. The bond I have with my dad is something I will always carry with me. He is there for me no matter what, if it's in volleyball or softball or just in life. He comes to every game, no matter how far it is. He's always lifting me up on a bad game, or honestly, when I need the coaching and I need him to, get on me a little bit, he does, and he knows how to do it the right way. But also with, aside from my dad, my mom has been a huge part of everything in my life. She comes to every game. She helps out with concessions. She's always there for me if I need someone to talk to. So she needs the recognition as much as my dad does.
Does dad turn the coaching brain off during volleyball season, or is he still trying to coach you a little bit from the stands?
He's always kind of in his coachability, so he's up there sitting in the corner and he's thinking things, and I hear it after the game, and even if it's not just about me, it's about other things that are going on. He's always just trying, and I really appreciate it, though. He is trying to learn volleyball for me because he knows I love the sport. So as much as he is a softball coach, he does put the time in to try and understand and love the sport as much as I do, so I do appreciate it.
As we go from talking about coaching the stands to the actual coach that you're under, brand new head coach this year, and the senior class is the one that kind of sets the tone when a new coach comes in on whether or not the team is going to really buy into the philosophy. Talk about how important that was for you and your fellow seniors to take Coach Bornemus and take what she was going to bring to this program and to really buy into her culture and her philosophy of what she wanted to bring to it.
So going in, we didn't know what to expect. None of us really knew anything about her, but from the first day, she set a prime example of how she wants our program to be ran, and she has instilled a confidence in us. And she always tells us going into games, no matter where you're playing, no matter what you're doing, like, you guys need to all buy in and believe that you can win. She has definitely encouraged so many of us to, come together as a team when things are down and just rely on each other. She's done an amazing job so far, and just buying into what she thinks is best and stuff. Like, we all trust her with what she's doing, and it's been really good so far with her.
Obviously, next year when you lose 5 seniors, there's going to be that gap in leadership. Who are some non-seniors that you're seeing already on the floor early on in the season that you think, wow, they're going to be really good leaders when they're seniors?
I think Izzy Greco will definitely step up. She's one of our main hitters. She gets us points when we need it. And I also think Sarah Lombardo, I think she will step up. She is a sophomore now, but she definitely has an eye for volleyball, and I think she'll help us out a lot.
All right, let's get to know you a little bit off the court. We'll start with your academics. Like you said, a 3.8 GPA. That's awesome. What are some classes that you've really enjoyed in your time at Poland? Some ones that really, maybe that grade was a little bit easier to get because you had a fun time in the class.
Definitely English. I love writing. I love reading. I like doing essays. So that has always been the class that when I go to it, I don't really have any worries, and I just enjoy myself and learning in that class.
We'll flip the head on that question, and we'll go, what class gave you the most trouble, the one that really tested that 3.8 GPA a lot?
Definitely math. That has never been my strong suit. I've had to get help in it, but overall, I just had to put the work in, and then it ended up okay for me. But that has been the one that I definitely needed to hone in on and pay attention.
Are you done with math for high school, or do you have another math class this year?
No, I have one more. I'm taking stats, and then I'm done.
One more. Let's go. Grind
yes,
through it.
One more.
What's the rest of your senior year look like in the classroom? We talked to a lot of seniors. Some of them have kind of put in a lot of time their junior year to kind of be able to take the foot off the gas pedal a little bit senior year. Some of them don't know how to do that and take a bunch of CP classes and a bunch of AP classes in their senior year. Where are you? Do you have a lot of tough classes this year?
I think overall, I've done all my hard classes that I needed. I have all of my credits except for the ones I need to take, like my senior year, like my core classes. So I'm taking an online CCP of psychology class, and I am actually able to get out early, I think after 4th period at 10:50, because I have all my credits. So that's definitely a blessing. The only hard class I think I'll have this year is anatomy, which I've never really done anything like that. I've always taken the core science classes, but I definitely want to do that because I'm hoping to go into nursing after high school. So I feel like that'll be a good place to start to see if I'll even like it.
Out before 11. That's how you live life. Get out of there. Get in, get out. You just said it. You want to be a nurse after high school. What are some of the future plans? Do you have your college locked down on where you want to go?
Not 100%. I have some options. I'm definitely looking in a University of Kentucky or Ohio State. Those are ones I'm really interested in. But yeah, I haven't decided 100% yet, but that's what I'm thinking.
Kentucky isn't one that we hear a lot. I mean, a great school down there. What kind of drew you to the University of Kentucky?
They have one of the second best nursing programs in the nation. That has definitely been a big turn on for me for college. I just really like the school spirit they also have down there. And I know a couple of people that go there and they absolutely love it. And I've heard that they think I would be a perfect fit for there. So that's one that is definitely on my radar.
You wouldn't have to change colors. That's for sure. Blue and white to blue and white.
Yes, yep.
Keep the closet where it's at. When you think about post-game celebrations, post-game meals, what's your favorite?
I definitely would go either to Chick-fil-A or honestly, I like to get my Starbucks drinks after my game. I'm a big drink girl with the coffees and the refreshers, so definitely that or Chick-fil-A.
Are we doing Starbucks after volleyball, like late at night, just caffeine to stay up, or is that something you're doing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of us after our games will get in a car and we'll go get food and then we'll go get Starbucks. Some people want a Dunkin' refresher. We're definitely a team that after practice we all get together and we'll go to Starbucks or we'll go to Dunkin' and we all get a coffee or a refresher or something.
Who's driving that drive to Dunkin' Donuts or to Starbucks? Who's the best driver on the team?
It's me. I'm always driving. It's usually me, no matter what sport. I like to drive. I always offer, so it's usually me. Or it's Emerson, our other senior. She likes to drive too, so we'll usually just
Everyone,
split it up.
everyone hop into Avery's car. We'll take care of you.
Yep.
One of the things that I always like to ask seniors is, who is like one player that you think you've taken under your wing a little bit, that when they kind of succeed when you're gone, you're gonna have a little bit of sense of pride because you helped them along the way.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I would say Sarah because she, she does the same position as me. So we spend a lot of time like talking about the position and like what we can do better and stuff. And I think she's definitely one of the people that is going to have a lot of success.
All right, we end these player profiles the same way every time. We want to give you the chance to take the limelight off yourself and shine on the people in your life that support you, that are there for you all the time. So I want to give you the chance to kind of give out some shout outs and some thank yous to the people that you think really deserve it.
I want to shout out my parents. Obviously, they have been there for me through everything on and off the court. I want to shout out all my family members like aunts and uncles, the grandparents. They come to my games no matter where they are and they support me. I also want to give a shout out to Jay Stefanson, my boyfriend. He's supporting me no matter what, and he's always making room for me to go to the games. So, yeah.
All right, Avery, we want to thank you so much for your time and giving us a chance to get a little bit of a peek into your senior season. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the way, and we can't wait to talk again real soon. Avery Yakubovic from Poland doing a great job. And once again, Poland with a big win last night over Gerard in 5 sets. Avery was a big reason why they were able to pull that off after winning the first 2 sets, losing the next 2, and then being able to rack it up for the 5th one. That's tough to do. This is not a number that is backed up by actual stats. It's just pulling it out of my head, but I think like 9 times out of 10, the team that wins those 2 in a row usually end up winning the 5th. It is really hard to go up 2-0, lose 2 in a row, and then come back and get momentum in the 5th to win it. That's not easy. So Poland doing that, great job. And thank you, Avery Yakubovic, for her time. If you missed that player profile or want to see it in its entirety, it can be found on ysnlive.com or our YouTube page if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you know all the videos that go up. Avery Yakubovic and every player profile that we post is on YouTube, and you don't want to miss any of them. So hit that subscribe button, and also right next to it, there's a little bell, that notification bell. Make sure to hit that too, because you never want to miss any of the videos that we post. YouTube algorithm can be kind of tricky, so make sure you get notified every time we post a YouTube video so you can see all the great people we get to talk to. We want to thank our sponsors today, Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. They go the extra mile for you. Did you know that you can build your own vehicle at greenwoodchevrolet.com? Pick your vehicle type, SUV, sedan, car, truck, whatever you want. Pick your wheel type, and then pick your color, and Greenwood Chevrolet will find the perfect vehicle for you. Go build your own vehicle at greenwoodchevrolet.com. Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown, they go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on this show every single day. Our other sponsor of the show is Toyota of Warren. They want to take you places, and one of the ways they want to take you places is they want to get you into a brand new 2025 Corolla Cross Hybrid XSE. It's on their lot. It's loaded with features, including and not limited to wireless smartphone chargers, heated front seats, touchscreen navigation, and also has the Toyota Safety Sense with 3.0 pre-collision warning. It has a moonroof, power lights, power liftgate, and much, much more. So make sure to shop today at Greenwood I almost said Greenwood Chevrolet in Austin, at ToyotaWarren.com, and also head down in the lot and tell them YSN sent you. They'll put you in a new vehicle today. If you see the YSN Toyota Tundra rolling up in Canfield today, one, say hi to DJ. He's putting in his time for you, so make sure to give him a little bit of a hello. But you know that vehicle is from Toyota of Warren. So if you like what you see, get on down there, tell them we sent you, and let them take you places. The last sponsor today, and the sponsor every day for YSN Live, is Joe Dickey Electric. Everything electrical is taken care of from them, whether it's commercial or residential. Screwing in a light bulb to fixing the lights for a whole apartment building, whatever you need for Joe Dickey Electric, they have you covered. Make sure to check them out today at DickeyElectric.com. They sponsor the end of our show every day with what we like to call the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark? I did not time that perfectly. I was so excited. Here it is, the spark of the day. My spark today is, hey, NFL, college football, Friday belongs to high school. Stay off of it. I am sufficiently annoyed that both my favorite football teams open on back-to-back Friday nights. What are we doing? I'm kind of busy on Friday nights, if you don't know. I got some stuff to do. All right, can't exactly put up a TV and watch live football while I'm trying to run the audible call and trying to keep an eye on all the stories for the night. Let's help Anthony out here. All right, come on. What are we doing to me? Friday belongs to high school. Stay off of Fridays, please, for my sanity. Georgia Tech opens tonight against Colorado. Kansas City opens next week against the Chargers in Brazil, both on Fridays, of course. You know, week one is always the most exciting week of football, too, because, like, the illusions of your team being, especially for where we're talking about college and Georgia Tech, the illusions of maybe this could be our year is still there. You're so excited. You don't want to lose week one. And, hey, if you catch me watching my phone tonight, mind your business. That's all I have to say. Go Jackets. We'll see you in Colorado. We're going to get prime time, some prime ribs in Colorado. We'll show Dion what Atlanta money looks like. Going to be a fun time. Hey, guess what? 27 games on the network tonight for football. One Scrappers game. That makes, you do the math. Anyone can do that kind of math. 27 plus 1 is 28. 28 games live on the network tonight. Make sure to check them out. We have plenty tomorrow as well. If you're still hungry after the games tonight, we have games tomorrow from volleyball, soccer, and I believe Scrappers still will finish up that series against West Virginia as well tomorrow. So make sure to tune in to ysnlive.com/live-games and see if your team will be covered. For Anthony Hartwig, we thank you so much for tuning in to YSN Live today. At 3 o'clock, we are going to rerun last night's zone coverage to lead you up to kickoff. They had a great show yesterday at the Varsity Club in Youngstown. So make sure if you missed it last night, tune in today at 3 o'clock. We're going to rerun that, and that should take you right up to getting ready for kickoff at 7 o'clock. All the games are on ysnlive.com. Also, the audible call, me, Eric Oates, Brian Scott, Radar Pavlov, Scotty Mincher, Mike Swinehart, all taking care of you for the audible call. We'll flip from game to game to game. You don't need one of these. I'm not going to throw it like DJ did last week, but you don't need one of these when you have the audible call. Just let us do it for you. We'll hit all the buttons. You just sit back and watch, get a drink, get some popcorn. We're going to have some fun. Enjoy week 2, everybody. We'll see you back here on Monday for another great episode of YSN Live. May the sports be with you, all of you. I have no one to say it back to me, but that's okay.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.